Now that you know the conceptual parts of gas laws, one important thing you need to know is how to solve the gas law problems that Mr. Chumley is going to give you. Now, these two things called the combined gas law and the ideal gas law will help you solve all his problems. So, first you need to differentiate whether the problem is going to be an ideal gas law problem or a combined gas law problem. So to differentiate between regular combined gas law problems and ideal gas law problems, it's really easy. So combined gas law problems, you tend to see the question asks for an initial and final value, while ideal gas law is asking you to find one unknown. And you'll see this more in the practice problems that I will demonstrate in the future. So now, the combined gas law is P1V1 over T1 equals P2V2 over T2. Now, sometimes Mr. Chumley wants to confuse us, and he doesn't give us temperature, or he doesn't give us pressure or volume. Now, what you do in the case of Mr. Chumley not giving you volume at all, or pressure at all, or temperature at all, you just replace what he doesn't give you with 1. That's times 1. That's 1 in parentheses. So for example, if Mr. Chumley doesn't give you pressure or volume, and he just gives you 2 temperatures, you know to 1 times 1 over T1 equals 1 times 1 over T2. Again, this is just an example. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So it'll just be 1 over T1 equals 1 over T2. Now, again, this is just as an example if Mr. Chumley doesn't give you like pressure or volume, but in any of his questions, he could not give you volume, or he could choose not to give you pressure or temperature. Just replace it with 1. And this is because the ratios will always stay the same. So no matter what, you're good. You're solid. So now, when you need to find one unknown, you'd use the formula PV equals nRT. P means pressure, and it's always measured in ATM. V means volume, and it's always measured in liters. N is moles. R is a universal constant, 0.08206. Liters times ATM over K times mole. Now, this unit might confuse people because it definitely confused me the first time I saw it. But it is simply just to cancel out all the other units in the middle of solving your problems, as you will see when I do it in the practice problem. Now lastly is temperature, and it's always measured in Kelvin. So if they give you, let's say, 30 degrees Celsius, in order to turn that into Kelvin, you simply just add 273. So in this example, 30 degrees Celsius is equal to 303 Kelvin. And again, whatever Celsius you have, just add 273, and that's how much Kelvin you had, because temperature is always measured in Kelvin.